Hey, welcome back to our channel. Today, we'll share an amazing tale of Jaisal and Maya. At that moment, Maya's brother Theo entered with a soccer ball, and Jaisal said Theo can join his sister on this grand adventure. Subtitles: Maya won't feel lonely then. Upon hearing Jaisal's bright future plan, Dad promptly took the kids to the agreed place next day, finding it already crowded. Jaisal told her dad she'd handle her tasks and would arrive by 7 p.m. as long as the kids were there. Then, she photographed them, and they posed like little stars before the professional equipment. Kids thought this was their start to stardom, yet unknowingly, every gift from fate has hidden costs. The photos they took today would soon be showcased like merchandise in front of buyers, complete with price tags. At 7 p.m, Dad arrived on time, but no one answered his knock. A bad feeling arose, and he pounded the door as if hitting a silent board. The place was empty. Dad was racing around trying to find clues, only to realize Jaisal had already whisked the kids away. Finding clues was nearly impossible. In reality, snatching a kid is quite easy. Just scoop them up while they are playing on the street or make a bold grab. As traffickers choose the right spot, it's easy. Thus, police launched a joint probe, with David monitoring suspect Belle's house. The photos taken earlier were sent to Belle, who was gearing up to upload them to a website for buyers to pick and choose. Seeing the suspect look into a children's website and start uploading data, David knew it was time for action, no more playing around. Police carefully unlocked the door. David and his men crept to Belle's door. Despite soothing music inside, Belle stayed alert. He heard a noise and peeked outside, seeing nothing unusual, prepared to savor his coffee. Little did he know, that cup was doomed. Officers barged in, pinning him down, while David continued searching the room. Suddenly, he saw a trove of kid-related stuff. Upon opening a folder, he saw a boy's photo and his heart sank. Flipping through the documents, the officer's heart remained unsettled. After driving back to the station, his partner mentioned he was thinking if the daily grind of this work was weighing heavily on him. He used to be optimistic, but now he felt hopeless. His partner's words struck a chord with David. Back at his desk, David dove into case files, witnessing the unthinkable suffering these children endure. Soon, a tear rolled down David's cheek as he dashed off to find Belle. He said he was the officer handling the case and wanted to talk with Belle. Belle thought David would attack him, but David said they were colleagues. Belle was skeptical, but David recited details from Belle's book, making it hard for him to argue. Then, David pulled out 2 smokes, and suddenly the mood lightened. The two of them began chatting like this, and before they even realized it, their affection gradually deepened. When it was time to part, they exchanged knowing smiles, with Belle's smile indicating that everything was firmly under his control. For David, he was keeping his cool by splashing water on his face, determined to snag every last scoundrel in Belle's operation. David made a bold decision and requested Belle's release from his boss to gain his trust and score more leads. After bailing Belle out, David confronted him. Belle faced 20 minus 25 years for prior charges. But now David helped Belle dodge that bullet. With the facts laid bare, Belle had nothing to counter. Belle asked David to give him some time to figure out how to get in touch and see if there were any other options. What Belle didn't realize was that every little thing he did was already being noted by the cops. When meeting again, Belle took a photo from his book. It was Zayao, and Belle called his wife Teddy Bear fondly. Belle told David that Teddy Bear would be with him all weekend, and David cheerfully replied that he would place his trust in him. Subtitles: Belle seemed somewhat anxious. He knew it was time to reel in his prey. And just like that, Belle, the scoundrel, was sent back to prison. David rushed to the border, teaming up with local cops to hunt down the man in the photo. After a long search and wait, David finally saw the man and little Zayao in the back seat. The police moved in swiftly, and David quickly opened the car door. He told Zayao, "You are safe now." Zayao burst into tears upon seeing David, realizing he had finally escaped that hell on earth. After a checkup at the hospital, the doctor found tear marks on Zayao, consistent with signs of abuse, indicating it had happened 3 to 4 days. Though he was prepared for this, David was still heartbroken by Zayao's ordeal. He kept chatting with him to help ease his fears. Zayao pulled out a necklace and said, "This was given to me by my sister. Since you found me, David, I believe you can find my sister too. Seeing the determination in Zayao's eyes, David assured him he'll find her and asked for details about how he and his sister were kidnapped. Zayao said Jaisal tricked them out, put them in a container, which was soon loaded on a ship. They sailed toward an unknown destination, with the kids screaming in fear, but no one paid them any mind. Eventually, they reached At that moment, his sister put the necklace on Zayao and said it would protect him. Then, the container door swung open, and they were chosen. A man picked Zayao and paid up, and from that moment on, he never heard from his sister again. Then, the man took him to a red light district, and an old guard gave him the nickname Teddy Bear. From then on, Zayao lost his identity, left only with a shameful nickname. Upon hearing he was rescued, his father rushed over. Witnessing the reunion, David felt immense relief. He called Zayao's father, recounted the case, and said he'd feel easier now Zayao was home. To his surprise, the father replied, I can finally sleep easy, knowing my son's bed is empty. He then broke down, and the scene struck David right in the heart. David told his wife the incident, both saddened by Zayao's family's tragic plight. Before their departure, Zayao gave David his sister's necklace. He hoped that David would definitely find his sister. The small necklace felt like a ton in his hand, and David felt like his arm was about to give out. David went straight to the prison and found the man who had kidnapped Zayao, warning him that if he wanted to survive in jail, he better spill the beans on everything. Because the man had no idea how other inmates would treat someone who harmed children. Actually, Ma felt deeper despair than Zayao. A tattoo on her neck ensured quick recognition if she escaped. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for the latest updates. See you next time.